My name is Tan Kin Lian. I was the former Chief Executive of NTUC Income. I like to share my views about investing in the property. You can invest in the property to stay in, that is, your home. Buy a home within 4 years of your family income. If your family income is $5,000 a month, $60,000 a year, you can buy a home for $240,000. I will explain about this rule of thumb. 4 years income. Preferably, your mortgage payment for your home should be 25% of your income, and the loan should be repaid in 25 years. You should use an interest rate of 3.5% to project the mortgage payment. Based on this formula, the purchase price of your property should be 4.1 times of your annual income. Some people find the 4-year limit to be quite restrictive due to high price of property. If you buy a property of 5 times of your annual income, your monthly repayment for a 25-year loan will be 30% of your family income. This could be tight on your budget. You have to think carefully if you can afford this monthly payment. I'm aware that you can use your CPF to repay the mortgage, and this explanation takes into account that CPF can be used. If you wish to stretch the repayment over 30 years, your monthly repayment will be 27% of your income. Stretching the repayment period does not help much in reducing your monthly payment. Mr. Tan, I can get a loan at a lower interest rate of around 2%. The interest rate has been at a very low rate for the past 10 years. This era of low interest rate will have to end sometime in the near future. You will then see a higher level of interest rate. For prudence, you should plan for an interest rate of 3.5% over the period of your loan. Mr. Tan, property prices are quite high in Singapore. I will not be able to get any decent property that costs less than $300,000. You can get a new 3-room HDB flat in a new town for about $200,000. A 4-room HDB flat will cost about $300,000. These are the prices after government grants. You should opt for a new HDB flat as a first-time buyer. The HDB new towns are served by MRT. Public transport is quite convenient. Mr. Tan, does this mean that I cannot afford to live in a condominium? You can buy a private condominium unit if you are at a high income level, over $10,000 a month. Or you can get assistance from your parents for the down payment and the monthly payment. Mr. Tan, I can expect my salary to increase in future years. So it should be alright to buy a more expensive property, right? Yes, you can factor in your expected salary increase over the next 10 years if you are still young. But you should also consider the risk that you might lose your job sometime in the future and have to accept a new job at a lower salary. Mr. Tan, is it advisable for me to buy a property and rent it out? I can use the rental income to pay the mortgage. This makes sense only if you can buy the property at a bargain price. If not, this should be avoided. The rental income, after deducting expenses, is likely to give you a yield of less than 2%. This is not enough to help pay the mortgage. You also stand the risk of a vacant property which gives you a 0% return. You will still have to incur the maintenance and upkeep expenses. This would be a poor investment. Mr. Tan, property has been a good investment in the past. Many investors have made a lot of money from the capital gains. This is true, but they bought the property many years ago at a much lower price. Since then, the prices have appreciated a lot. It will be difficult for the prices to continue to appreciate from the current high level. Summary: buy a property within 4 years of your income. Take a 25-year loan and keep the monthly payment within 25% of your income. If you buy a more expensive property, keep it within 5 years of your income. You will have to set aside up to 30% of your income for the mortgage payment or pay the loan over a longer period. Avoid buying a property to rent out. The net yield is not attractive. I like to ask you to tell your friends to register in this website. Click on the Facebook or Google logo. They will receive an email when each new video is ready. Thank you for watching this video. Goodbye.